Hello, everyone, and happy Friday. So what is this 82%? That's what I'm going to be talking about today, 82%. And that is the percentage of us that have ever experienced mess stress. Now, what do I mean by mess stress? Well, it's a feeling that sometimes you can't quite put a finger on, but it's if your home or the state of your home or the mess in your home is negatively affecting your mood and preventing you from relaxing, well, that is mess stress. And so 82% of us have ever experienced that in our lives. And I wanted to talk about that this week because it's Mental Health Awareness Week, and it is a very valid aspect of mental health. And I feel very strongly about this because I've experienced myself, but also it's a very practical thing that we can address. And I feel strongly about it because I feel that in social media, we are led to believe that we should have these perfect homes. We see all the time these pictures on Instagram, on Pinterest, etc. These Pinterest perfect pantries where the ones, you've seen it. Beautifully organized pantries with, labels, all of that, or, Lego sorted into colors. I know I keep going on about that. But basically, these Pinterest perfect homes that we feel that, or we're drawn to, and we feel like we should aspire to, but then no real practical guidance on how to achieve that. Or if you are going to try and achieve that, it's something that will take a lot of your time, to achieve. So ultimately what happens is we all feel a bit bad about our own homes because they don't look like that. And it can lead to this stress feeling, that we have, and no way out. And I feel really strongly about this, and I want to support and help people rid themselves of this mess stress, because actually I felt this working from home. I worked from home for 3 years before I set up this business, and every day I sat at this desk right here actually, and really felt that mess stress. The piles around me, it prevented me from focusing properly on my work, but also all my time at weekends seemed to be spent on this tidying task, trying to rid myself of these piles, and I never seemed to make any progress. It was this mess tidy loop that I was in, what seemed like forever with no way out. Now, thankfully, I have rid myself of my mess stress. I have done that. I absolutely do not experience mess stress anymore. And that's because I set up the unique Serenely Sorted system, using my corporate skills to address my mess stress, and to rid myself of it for good. And I guess my question now is, are you one of these 82%? Do you ever feel like this? Distracted, annoyed, anxious, unhappy? You can't relax? Do you feel irritated or stressed? I did a survey recently, and let me just read you out a couple of the comments. It makes me feel anxious, and I can never rest as I'm always thinking I need to tidy my home. I never feel truly content. It distracts me, i.e. the mess. I don't feel happy when my house is messy. I'm bothered by it, and even if I don't actively think about it all of the time, my mood is low. And this is bringing us down and really sort of impacting us. So maybe just put something in the comments if any of that really resonates with you. I'd love to know whether you're watching and listening on replay. You can put #replay. Do you experience mess stress? Have you experienced mess stress in your life? So it's just as a reminder, that feeling where the mess in your home is negatively affecting your mood or preventing you from relaxing. Okay. So today, here I am to help you find ways of combating that mess stress. And I've got 3 tips for you today that will help you to address that, and things that you can actually go away right now and start implementing. So the first tip is to become aware of the daily debris in your home. Now, what's daily debris? Well, this is the stuff that's on your surfaces that you can see on your kitchen table, on your surfaces, and that's what's distracting you. That's what's causing the mess stress, not actually the stuff that people think, the clutter that's under the bed. That might be, a bit of an annoyance, but what's really distracting us and preventing us from relaxing at the end of the day when you want to sit down and have a glass of wine or a drink to sort of unwind. You want to have this moment I call the moment, where you can just see your tidy home and feel satisfied and happy. But the daily debris prevents us from doing that because we can see it and it distracts us. And we go, oh, I better tidy up that. Or, oh no, that pile of that, I can see the kids' homework or whatever. So what we need to do there is to start eliminating that daily debris from our surfaces and getting back to tidy every day so that we don't see that daily debris when we're trying to relax. Of course, that daily debris is out during the day because that's when we're actually doing our stuff, living our lives, doing our work, homeschool, or all the things. But we want to be able to get back to tidy at the end of the day. So look at your surface. What are the 3 biggest things that are on that surface, what I call the mess makers? Pick 3 of them. It might be coins, it might be pens, it might be remote controls or the kids' homework or reading record or something else. Take 3 of those and create what I call end homes for those items. So an end home is a place where that item lives and always goes back to after you've used it. So, for example, if there's coins on there or pens, you can get a corner of a drawer and a little plastic basket or even like a Tupperware or something, and you mindfully always put the pens there or always put the coins there. So they don't stay out on the surface. And once you are mindfully returning those things to their end home at the end of the day and just increasing the number of end homes as you go along, by the end of the week, you could definitely have a clear surface. I worked with a client last week who had never heard the concept of end homes, mess makers, or daily debris. And by the next day, she had rid 2 large tubs full of daily debris because she was suddenly aware of that and what it was causing her. So you can do this instantly. And all it takes is a few little tubs in a drawer and to be mindfully thinking about it. So what you then do at a certain point of the day is to decide that's the point when you're going to get back to tidy. Usually this for me, because I've got smaller children aged 6 and 8, it's around the time that they eat their dinner. And it means that as soon as then they finish their dinner and gone to bed, I am back to tidy so I can enjoy some relaxed time. So that is the first step, being aware and acting on the daily debris every single day. The second tip is if you're working from home and you're working from the main living area, and actually 60% of us don't have a dedicated workspace in our home. I'm lucky enough to have one, but many people are working from the kitchen table. And even in the future, hybrid working is here to stay. So many of you, no doubt, will still be working from the kitchen table. But what do you do with that stuff at the end of the day? Do you just brush it aside into a pile? Or do you actually put that away out of sight? Because, of course, if it's still around and about in that area where you want to relax at the end of the day, it will trigger you and it will stop you relaxing, either because you hear that email ping or even see the message come up, or it just reminds you of something you need to do from your work. So put away your bag at the end of the day. I use a tote bag, just a normal tote bag that you might, take to work. Always just put your laptop, your notebooks and pens inside that, and then put it upstairs or away in another room so that you can't see it. Again, it's kind of another item of daily debris that is distracting you. And then the third thing is to really be mindful of your behavior around your things and how that coat, do you put them back to their end homes? Do they even have end homes? Or do you just put them on a chair? Now, in fact, that was the first thing that I ever did, was to create a handbag end home. And instead of putting my handbag down on a chair, to put it into its handbag basket. And that had immense impact on me in the early stages of trying to sort my own mess dress. So just to summarize those 3 tips, become aware of the daily debris in your home and start to create those end homes and mindfully get back to tidy every day. The second tip is, if you're working in your main living area, then put that stuff away in a bag or a box at the end of the day, out of sight. And the third thing is to start becoming aware of your behavior and how that creates mess, and mindfully think about ways that you can not even create that mess in the first place. Now, I'm actually going to be putting a guide together of these tips in my Facebook group, which is Serenely Sorted as well. You can just search Serenely Sorted and find my group. And if you've heard of in Facebook groups, there's things called guides. You can just search for it on the top menu. And there will be a guide in there. I'll put a note in this event once I've got that ready. And that guide is all about mess stress and these 3 tips and other aspects on how you can eliminate your mess stress. So go to the guides in the group and take a look at that guide, where you can recap on these, and there'll be a bit more information included in that PowerPoint presentation. Book a cuppa with me. Now, I've been saying this on my Facebook group and in various places, and I'll put the link again in here. I'm inviting you this week during Mental Health Awareness to book a cuppa with me, which is a session of up to 30 minutes just to chat, to talk about this topic of mess stress, and to give you more tips for your personal situation. And that could be pointing you towards some of my free material on my website, serenelysorted.com, or suggesting a way for you to do that over the longer term. And for example, I have one-to-one sessions and also some mini courses that will be 10% off for any session that is booked during one of these cuppa sessions that you book by Sunday, the end of Mental Health Awareness Week. So that's my gift to you as part of this week to support you on your mess stress. A cuppa with me, and then 10% off if you actually book anything of my paid resources. But there are also free resources available. So enjoy the rest of your Friday, and do check out the guides for the full detailed PowerPoint that will be there for you to watch later on with more details. And I hope that this has helped you in some way to consider mess stress and how it could be impacting your life, and some real tangible ways that you can actually impact it and reduce it. So enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you for coming. Good afternoon. Bye.